Hello guys, what is up? What is up? It is Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Hope you guys are doing well. Maybe out with your Valentines because it's almost 11. I don't know. Some single, some taken by a special lady or man. You know? Whatever. We are going to journal Friday the 13th of February because I didn't journal it on Friday because I like to journal on the weekend sometimes. And also because I'm not trading until Monday, so I didn't need to journal it on Friday. But for now, we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna tell you my trade and the anticipation for Monday. So, as we load into here, we don't know for sure if we're gonna go for this draw on liquidity anymore, but because we're in this range, as you see, not on the daily, but on the 12 hour, I'll show you guys. RTY had a big move up. Okay, so I'll go to the 12 hour. We'll see here that price goes below that daily OR that we spoke about in our previous video, and then swing low gets taken out, plus fair value gap below gets taken out. This is a fair value gap on RTY, as you can see. So both of these gives us this FRT, and what we see here is during this time period, price was creating the OR, and then from what it looks like, we got our turtle soup and market structure shift higher. So since I don't know when the market structure shift will happen, I just have to play what I see is going on. So at 9 a.m. and this piece of price wasn't printed yet, this is all I saw. This low here, which is below the FRT low, and turtle soup all that, you know? So turtle soup this low here. So I was like, okay, this is the turtle soup of the 12 hour range. I'm going to play that until proven otherwise. So what we see here is the very teeny tiny FRT that took out this low. It's this thing right here, this wick. After it took over this swing here, it got tapped back into and has not returned ever since, which showed some signs of bullishness. And then as you see here, price created this 1 hour, not 1 hour, 1 minute range. Well, it was a 30-second range actually, but for the sake of this, you don't have the seconds chart, so you can just imagine it where price came here very big and then turtle souped and then came down to here. But because I didn't know whether price was going to go lower or higher, I was just taking the narrative that it was going to go higher. So if price ended up going below here, I was expecting a long, and to at least the order block of somewhere around here, or even this order block right here. I was really waiting for the order block here to get tapped into, which is this candle. So let's just draw that line out and let's make it red. So this was the order block I was kind of waiting for a price to get tapped into, which was my first TP. So what happened was price wicked down and gave us a very big up close at the top. So the price went fing fing and closed right there. So I was able to enter long. I think it was around here. Let's try and figure it out. It was, I think I had a 20 something handle stop loss. I think it's around that. Yeah. And then I got the 2R around here. Yeah. This seems about right. So I got filled and then very quickly to my TP. And what ended up happening was instead of clicking sell, I clicked buy again, ended up buying another 5 micros. But I was able to get out in profit, which is really nice, and I was able to get out near the top, around here-ish. So that was very fortunate, thank God, that he gave me that. Because I literally probably could have got a worse fill had that not happened, and probably lose some money because of that extra buy. But it's okay. We gotta look forward and think about learning from our mistakes and realizing that we actually took a big W, you know? So yeah, today we were done trading very fast, got entered, next minute got out, which was very nice. Recently, I've been trading for a very long time. I trade from the moment I get on at 9:30 to sometimes 11 o'clock, just because I'm in a position. Not because I'm still looking for a trade, but because I'm still in a position. So this one was pretty cool, you know. In 1 minute, boom, TP hit, which was quite nice. And if you're wondering why I entered in this wick, it was because on the 5-second chart on Top Step X, I had the second chart, so I saw that we went and there was a 5-second FRT, and a swing got taken up, and it retraded back into that 5-second FRT. So I took that as an entry, and then moved to the OB that I was talking about. And as you see, it reacted off that OB. Thank God that was my target. He's taught me well. So hit my target, got out my position. I closed basically all my position. I left 1 micro and got out at break even, which was nice. And then you see price went down, and yeah, because price reacted off this OB, made a lower low off that turtle soup, it was basically just showing that price was going to go below here. And now we can anticipate what's going to happen for upcoming price. So we can delete that, and the OR can stay there for now. Now if we go to the 12-hour, I already have the high marked out. Yeah, I do. Okay. So we go to the 5-minute, and now let's. So we're not really near anything right now. Like, I mean, we're still waiting. So at the moment, this is the draw liquidity, that blue line. Unless another chart makes it there first, and then we can maybe change bias. But let me go to the weekly real quick. Wow, this was an inside candle. We haven't had an inside candle in a while. Yeah, weekly, and so this is the last inside candle we had. From what I'm looking at, I believe, yeah. Let's look at the 2-week. This is interesting. Okay, yeah, I wanted to make sure I wasn't tweaking. Let me look back. Okay, so I don't see us creating a 2-week FRT anytime soon. So honestly, this looks kind of bullish at the moment. So we'll just play price as the days go. Like I said, targeting this high for now because there is no daily FRT and there's not a weekly coming up. So we're stuck until this 12-hour. And most likely, if price comes back up here, we're probably going to go for that high too. So that's kind of my anticipations. And what levels I will be looking for is the next step. So, okay. Okay. I think it's a 1-minute FYT. because it was a pretty quick wick and then it left. Maybe in the seconds, who knows? Okay, this is where we're starting to get where we want to get to. Okay, so 6 minute is not it. We're getting there though. 5 minutes, see? No, 5 minutes too big. 4 minutes too big. 3 minutes. Ooh, okay, let's see. Ooh, I think we might have it. Oh, we do have it. Beautiful. So this is clearly an FRT. Swing low, also for rally gap low, and this is an FEG on RTY. So this is our OB. As you see here, price comes up, rebalances it, creates some market structure shift above this high, taking out that swing high, the 3 minute swing high, and then taps back into the 0.25, and now headed higher. Honestly, I could see a retracing coming back into here. Maybe not. It could. It could. Like one kind of little thing, maybe the 0.25. Maybe I'm asking for too much, but something like that. But it could really. We'll see how Monday opens, because if Monday like opens like up here, then it could go higher. But you know, that's just for now at least. That's the OB, and just because price reversed this much, that's why I'm kind of anticipating it to come back here. Like, oh, is it a 3M? I don't think so. I don't think we took out any swings, did we? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we didn't. Okay. Okay, here's where it gets a little tricky. Okay. Alright, we found it, I think. We just need a swing. I think we found it. Yep, we found it. So the FRT after that, yeah, it looks like we may get another OB entry. Price will trail soup that low. I mean, it already had on ES, so it doesn't need to per se. As you see, the charts rebalance to here, so it doesn't need to go lower, but it can. And we'll see what 930 presents us. Yeah, we'll see what 930 presents us. The only thing that will change this is if we have another leg down and it goes and then breaks out of this daily range. That would be the only thing that would change my narrative, but we don't know that's gonna happen yet. So you gotta work with what we got. So now that we did that, we went over Friday the 13th and our anticipation for Monday. We can go back a couple days and study price and see where it leads us. Let's go to a random day. Oh, which one should we choose? Which one should we choose? February 26th, should we do that? I mean February 3rd, I'm tripping. let's do the second, Monday. On Monday to prepare ourselves for Monday. I'll probably still journal tomorrow anyways and record it for you guys, but just because right now I'm not. Wow, this looks super clutterful, but whatever. We'll leave it there for now. Okay, so no daily FRT. Go to the 12-hour. We have this 12-hour FRT right here. Right here. As you can see, and look at that price. Should suit that high. But for now, this is what we're working with. We can do that. Like that. And then let's go to the lower time frames. So it was a 6-hour. But this 6-hour didn't get turned into OB until that swing high was taken out, and that happened at the end of the day, so we're not going to really worry about that. So let's look at the lower time frame, which is 1 hour. Oh, I remember this very clearly, actually. So what we see here is this 45-minute OB. That never really got tapped into after the market structure shift. And that's like, okay, it doesn't really matter, but so because of that, because price was in a discount of the whole range that we were in, as you see, it was below the 50%. I was kind of anticipating for 9 o'clock to go, and it was exactly what it did, but I got stopped out before I could enter, which was kind of buns. But let's go look at my entry now. So I'm pretty sure price took out the 6-hour high, and NQ showed no signs of going any lower, so I didn't think we were gonna come back to there. Let's go look for that FRT now. I think we found it. Yeah. So right here, this is the highest time frame FRT, but you know that since we're bullish, we don't think price is actually gonna go there. To this low, I mean. On the other charts it did, as you can see, but that's not what we were waiting for on NQ. What we were waiting for on NQ was for was to see this range kind of rebalance right here. So, well, what happened was price did this, boom. So after this, we were kind of anticipating that from the reaction off this order block here, that we would expand. So at 929, when we got this immediate, oh my god, forgive me, the IRB right here, the immediate rebalance, especially on ES, you could have instantly just bought at the open and taken that to there, to honestly any one of these highs. The 6 hour high obviously would have been the best one, because that would have formed this order block. But yeah, so, and I got stopped this day because I entered like here or something, and I had my stop either there or much higher. I think my entry was here, and I think I did something like this. It was something of that nature, and I got stopped. And this little leg down, and then as you see, it would have hit my TP if I had just waited for this little retracement. But you know, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, that is today. Now I'm interested in seeing something though. Yeah, you can't see that. 755 now. Pretty sure they were all in the FRT, the 12 hour. So I kind of want to look at it. Yeah, they definitely all were. Okay, so now we go to next day, see what it prints. Look at that, nice. So boom, we see that. Alright, ooh, wow, it's very crispy. What we see here is on YM, price takes out the high. Boom, and we see NQ start to fall short a little bit, giving us a sign that it is time to reverse. And what we see here is if we take away this, take away that, take away this, what we can keep is the 6 hour OB now, just to see how it reacts on lower time frames. But you see here, look at that, it reacts off the quadrant a bit. So in this case now, if we go to the daily, we were in a daily FRT. Oh no, there was no gap, so it was in daily. I think it was 12 hour though. It was for sure 12 hours. So yeah, we were in this 12 hour, right? After we got an SMT with this high. SMT right there. And delete that. So that was our range high, range low. That's also why we got a little bit of reaction from there, because the range low got taken out. But now we gotta go down to lower time frames and hunt our smaller time frame FRT. We're going hunting. There we go. Might be this right here. I think it is. Almost. Maybe a little less. Yeah. Still in 2 hour. Two-hour FRT right here. I forgot how 930 went. Oh, 930 was just straight down. So what do we see here? Let's go back to the 90-minute now. 1 hour. 45-minute. Oh, hold up. Let me go back. Yeah, none of these are gaps. 45. It looks like some smaller time frame stuff. Yeah, it definitely is. I think it's this right here. We're coming up on it. This is kind of annoying. I think we found it. Hold up. Those are touching, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Okay. Well, we can see with some lower time frame deal going on. I do want to get specific, but this is kind of annoying. There we go, we found it. So from here to here. Right here, price took out this right here, and a swing high. FRT high, swing high, gives us this. So, boom, price rebounces the range, comes back to the smaller OB, goes down. Market structure shift makes this an OB, comes back in, taps in, goes down. One final tap into the OB, starts distributing lower at 9 a.m. That's prime time people to go down. And to this low, and down into the OB, and that low we were talking about. For an entry, this one would have been a little bit trickier, but since you're going to be getting the distribution phase, any lower time frame rebalance is kind of what you're looking for. Looks like this is a 1 hour FRT. 90 minutes too big. Okay, nice. So 1 hour. 12 minute. Found it. Nice. Okay. So price creates this OB here. Obviously we had this OB in mind, but for the sake of less clutter, we see price rebounds to range, hitting this swing, creating this order block, and then we distribute lower. So price does not need to come back up here. That's one way to see that price is just going to distribute lower. So at 9:30, let's see what happens. I want to see what happens at 9:30. So what we end up seeing is a wick down and then come back up. So that means price does not need to go any higher because that OB has already been tapped and stuff. And because of we're in the distribution phase, it does need to come back up here. So once price kind of rebalances that swing or this long thing right here, and you see price open lower, you can get in this yourself for sure. Boom. And had you held that for the whole day, wow, that is some crazy RR. Wow, 700 and 722.75 points. Wow, what's the RR on that? That is 62.85. That is crazy. Just from holding from 9:31. That's so stupid. Even here, you're not really anticipating for price to come back to the OB since it's already been tapped into twice. So when price kind of goes here, you can get in at the nearest rebalance of the range. In this case, above this high, and then you could have had a stop here. Maybe somewhere into this wick, you could have had a stop. And even then, that is beautiful, bro. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you wanted to hold until 9:50 for when the macro started, boom, 119 points, bro. What more could you ask for? And of course, as we know, all the way to the bottom. That is something. So yeah, this was a journal of February the 2nd and 3rd. Kind of giving you my hindsight, and I guess fixing my mistake on this day, and how I would have traded this day better. Because I think I did trade this day, and I traded at like 10 or something, and against the narrative, of course. you know me, sometimes I guess I make a mistake. I shouldn't have traded actually. I remember what mistake I made on this day. I thought an FRT had formed and a bigger one ended up forming without me realizing, and I ended up taking a long like here or something, and I immediately got stopped. But yeah, I should have known to do this instead, and now we do know by being able to look in hindsight and learn from our mistakes, preparing ourselves for the week to come. And Lord willingly, we do very well. We did very well last week, well, currently this week, but last trading week we did very well, thank God. And I pray that we stay consistent and we do the same thing that we did last week and this week and even better. So that is what we wait for. We wait patiently for tomorrow, and I will journal another trade tomorrow, most likely. 9:30 trade around there, something like I normally do. And yeah, that's it for tonight. God bless you guys. It was a pretty long video. It was 36 minutes, a little more now. But yeah, God bless you guys. See you another day.